What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Coming back to you with another electronic football video on how to make passing quicker, easier, and a little bit more realistic, in my opinion. Over here, I have the Steelers on offense and the Saints on defense. I got my Saints in a cover two spot. My strong safety's over here, by the way. And the reason why I'm making this video is because we've updated the way we've done passing since my last video. And so my last videos got 1,000 reviews, and I mean, for some of you guys that might be chump change, but for me, I was pretty excited. I don't think I got many comments. Well, I got some comments, but we decided to make another video because we've updated the rules, and now it feels a little bit more realistic in our opinion. A couple of things you want to keep in mind, things you want to have is you want to have a ball-like figure like this with the magnet on the bottom. I got this ball from the Dollar Tree, the 99-cent store, just a really cheap toy football kind of thing. And then I just use the magnet that comes like with your chain gang. And then also you want to have markers so you can mark for the ball's going to be. One thing I want you guys to keep in mind is that this is similar to what they call the sticks. You know, the sticks that you might have seen on YouTube, the red, blue, and white sticks. And the reason why we, instead of doing that, we did this because, one, we're too cheap to go buy that kind of stuff. And for two, we felt as though those sticks, they were a little inaccurate. And the reason why we say that is because you measure it from the quarterback's head to the receiver, and depending on how far away the receiver is or how big your board is, your quarterback could be throwing the ball 30 yards down the field when the receiver is right here. And that's not very realistic to me because, watching football and playing football, when the receiver is right here, I'm not going to throw the ball way down there. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But you want to make markers like this. I have a mark for 30-plus yards, 15 through 29, 5 through 14, and anything below 5 or towards the sideline, we have a sideline figure for that as well. And these are very simple to make. All you really need is like a hanger from from the dry cleaner. You take off this little white strip, you cut it to the length you want it to be, and then you mark it 30, 15 through 29, etc., 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 okay? Now, a couple rules I want you to keep in mind for this is for the offense, when the quarterback is under center, they can stop the board one time before they have to throw it. If they stop it the second time, then the ball has to be thrown, or ball has to be thrown away. Okay, simple as that. For the defense, we've added some things. You can have some defensive players on a base that does not move. I have my corner over here, my safety up top by himself. They're on a base that does not move. And I know what you're probably thinking in regards of like maybe the corners. They can move, like if they're on a base that does not move, they can move them up like this. And we thought about that, and so what we decided to do is say if you're going to have a corner on a base that does not move, he has to be at least 7 yards off the ball, at least, okay? And then that makes it easier for the offense, because if you have a receiver with a dial, then you can have him dial to the right, do a quick slant route or whatever, and all that. And also, for the defense, they can change their bases after the offense stops it for the first time. Like, I'll show you an example. So we have our quarterback. The offense is ready. Defense is ready. Let me move the helmets real quick. And we're going to turn it on for one time. This is only for under center. So, 3-step drop. So now at this point, the offense can switch the quarterback, or has to switch the quarterback after the 3-step drop from a base that moves to a base that does not move. And now let's switch the bases, and at this point the defense, because the offense got to make an adjustment, why can't the defense make an adjustment? So they can change their bases that are not moving to bases that are moving. So like I can change this base from one that's not moving to come up now. I can have my safety come up any direction I want him to come. I can have this corner come up if I want to. In fact, I'm actually going to do that. change my corner from a base that does not move to a base that does move, and I angled him towards my receiver. And at this point, that's pretty much it. Defense make their adjustments, offense made their adjustments, and now we continue the play. And there are no open receivers. Actually, no, there is one open receiver right there. So instead of marking it from the quarterback's head to the receiver, okay, first of all, I'm going to turn my quarterback around because that's where I'm going to throw the ball right here. Instead of marking from the quarterback's head to the receiver, mark it from the line of scrimmage. Okay, so line of scrimmage is 5, 10, 15 yards. It's before 15 yards. I use this one, 5 through 14. Take the 5 through 14, put it right here. Get my ball figure, put it right here, catchable. Move the paper. Oops. And at that point, now at this point, the defense can make their adjustments. These two are touching actually. Yeah, there we go. So now I can adjust this player. I can adjust this player over here, these two players, these three actually, and I can adjust them over here, even though they're probably not going to be able to do that much damage, but, you know, I'd rather be on the safe side, and I'm going to adjust them anyway. I've made my defensive adjustments, and at this point, the rules are very much similar to the way they were before. If any defensive player that I adjusted, like these two over here, these three, or him over here, if any of them touch the receiver before the receiver gets to the ball, then it is pass interference. He's the only exception because I did not adjust him. If I were to have adjusted him and he touches the receiver, then yes, he would count as well. But I chose not to adjust him because I believe with the way he's hitting the receiver, he's gonna knock the receiver off course. And instead of using the coins like last time, with the way we do it is when the receiver is a base length away from the ball, then it's considered an incomplete pass. Okay, so let's see what happens. And he missed it by just a little bit. Incomplete pass, and that's it. Incomplete pass. And the reason why it's incomplete now is because he's a base length away. So I'll get a base. I'll show you, for example. He's about a base length away, as you can see. Okay, that's why it's an incomplete pass. Okay, now I'm going to show you the same thing but in shotgun. Now in shotgun formation, it's a little bit different in regards of making adjustments and all that, okay? And the only reason why it's different is because the offense can only stop the board one time when they're ready to pass the ball now. So, and since that's the case, the defense, if they have a base, like my corner off to the right, he is on a base that does not move. So I can't switch his base to a base that moves until the offense stops the board and decides to pass the ball. I have my defense in a cover 2, and I have trips left, doubles to the right, and let's see what happens. Ooh, okay. I chose to stop the play this time because I thought he was going to get sacked right here. I thought I was going to get sacked. A really good rush on that play. I don't have any open receivers, so I'm going to do another play instead. Well, I mean, technically I have 2 open receivers, him and him, but look how far they are down the field. That's, you know, a good, they're more than 5 yards down the field. If I put the 5-yard marker in for right here, okay, the ball will be placed right over here where the defender is. Therefore, it's a given interception. Same thing for over here on the right. That's why I say there are no open receivers. Okay. So one more thing I want to keep in mind is let you guys know is that for our quarterback, we have him 5 yards behind the back part of the center. It's base. Okay. Let me give you an example. So the center's base is about at the 23. Okay, So the front part of the quarterback's base is at the 17. Wait, no. Yeah, at the 17. At the 17. And the reason why we did that is because we had people who put their base down way back here and call that shotgun, which is shotgun, but in real football they're not always going to be 7, 8, 10 yards behind the center. They're going to be about 5 yards behind the center. And although it seems it's fine that people do that, not something that saying that you should do this as well, but it's just something that we do because it seems more realistic. Like, for example, that last play, it seems more realistic about the rush coming in because he's closer now. Also, I have my lineman coming backwards for pass protect. Okay, but do another play because the last play was incomplete, and show you how to do this in gun. Almost sacked again. Man, the coverage is good. That's the problem. Okay, well, let's say, for example, he came open over here, okay, because my defense is way too good to cover, because I got everyone coming over here, so my defense is way too good. So the ball will be thrown right here. That's within 5 yards. I'll be considered the sideline. Put it right here in front of him. Place the ball there. And now the defense can adjust anybody who is not touching somebody else. For example, defense can adjust. I'm not going to adjust him because I'm going to pretend that's the way he was. I can adjust him. I can adjust him. He's not touching. And I can adjust this safety back over here as well. Made my adjustments. Let's see what happens. And he caught the ball. Moved the ball. No more adjustments. And he missed the tackle, but he is brought down for the first down. Okay, and that's how you do it. Also, I want you guys to keep in mind, let you guys know that is how we do it here, the new way we do it here in the league. It is not as complicated as it may seem. This video, yes, was about 13 minutes long or so, but it's not as difficult as it seems. I will show you how to do it in real time. You don't have to do all that talking and everything. It's just because I was explaining it. That's why it seemed like it took forever. Also, I want you guys to know that in about a week or so, we're going to be having the Super Bowl. We're going to be recording the Super Bowl in HD, live commentating. Well, not live, it's in HD. We're going to have commentating, commercials, crowd noise. It's going to be epic between my Steelers and my Redskins for the Super Bowl. And it's going to be absolutely awesome and epic. Feel free to subscribe. Just go on ahead, hit that subscribe button, and tune in about a week or so and see our latest Super Bowl. It's going to be absolutely epic. It's going to be awesome. And to close out, I will show you how to do this in real time, and it's nowhere near as difficult as it may seem. So until then, you guys have a good one. Nice catch, not even touched. Downfield, out of bounds inside the 5.